Well, if you have ever looked at the chart and thought, so where are the really important highs and lows here? And where is just noise? So this video is for you guys. Today we'll break down two tools that highlight structure, so ZigZag and Fractals. Both help you see swing highs and swing lows, but they do it in different ways. So I'll show you how to read them calmly, where each of them is stronger, and how to use them, and not a guess but to structure the market. And after the theory, we'll move on to the practice and reinforce it with trades. So the market is constantly making fluctuations, but for analysis, not all the micro movements are important to us. So we care about key reference points where there was a noticeable reversal up or down, and if we see a chain of higher highs and high lows, that's an upward structure, and if lower highs and lower lows, a downward one. And this is where ZigZag and Fractals become very useful. They help filter out the small stuff and highlight exactly those points that are truly important for structure. So what ZigZag is in simple words? This is a tool that smooths out random fluctuations and connects on the chart only those reversal points that are large enough. And it doesn't try to predict the future. It does something else. It helps you see trend segments, key swing highs and swing lows, and zones where price most often reverses, so meaning potential support or resistance. All the magic of ZigZag is in its sensitivity. Essentially, you define so which reversals should be considered significant and which should be ignored. So if you set the sensitivity too high, the ZigZag will draw every small move, and if it's too low, it will show only the biggest swings and will lag. So the setting is not about right or wrong, but about your volatility and time frame. Well, how ZigZag is used in practice and what makes it truly useful. So the trend becomes easier to see when the noise is removed. You can mark support or resistance areas between swings. So ZigZag is often used to read wave structure and visually search for reversal patterns because the line immediately highlights the shape of the movement. And one more important point. Many people check the quality of a reversal not only by ZigZag, but also through momentum indicators, so they don't catch random reversals by eye. So the most important thing to know, the last ZigZag segment can change. In other words, it kind of withdraws as price continues to move. Plus, this is the trend too. Sometimes by the time ZigZag confirms a swing, part of the move has already happened. So that's why I see ZigZag as a confirmation of structure, not as a precise entry timing. So we have covered ZigZag, so now let's talk about fractals. So the fractals are more point-based way to mark reversals area. And the indicator marks local highs and lows based on a simple principle. There is a small candle structure where the central candle stands out as a local maximum or a local minimum. And the chart, this looks like the small marks above or below the candles. And you immediately see where the market made local reversals. And fractals are often used in two scenarios. So as levels, because local highs or lows are natural reactions points for a price as a breakout trigger. So when price breaks the previous fractal high, so it can be a sign of a continuation upward and a break of the fractal low, so the continuation downward. But as always, this works best when you first understand the market dynamics, the trend or range. So a very popular logic is to combine fractals with a trend filter, to take breakouts only in the direction of the market. So this removes parts of the false moves when price just chops inside a range. ZigZag versus fractals. So now the most important part, in the meaning they are both about highs and lows, but the approach is different. So ZigZag is better when you need a bigger picture, to see major swings, the trend structure, and to visually understand the shape of the movement and patterns. And fractals are better when you need a precise reference point, so where there was a local high or the low, from which points to be levels, where it makes sense to expect a breakout or a confirmation. And if we simplify it, ZigZag is the map of the area, and fractals are the beacons on the map. that help you make decisions in the moment. So the conclusion is simple. Both indicators show highs and lows, but ZigZag helps you to see the main swings, and Fractals, local points are possible breakouts. So now, guys, I'll move to the practice, and I'll open several trades and explain out loud what the structure is according to ZigZag, where the nearest fractals are, and what exactly I consider confirmation before entering. And guys, if you want, just write the word strategy in the comments and I'll record my real trading for you and demonstrate my strategy based on the ZigZag and fractal indicators. So guys, I'm already on the breakout. I basically didn't leave from here. I just recently managed to record the practical part for one YouTube video about the downtrend channels indicator, and accordingly I was conducting analysis on these assets, and overall they are good currency pairs with good payout percentages, so I'll probably stick to them and we won't change anything. And now we are reviewing fractal and zigzag. So let's add these two indicators right away. I will slightly adjust the fractal period because with period 2 it shows updates too frequently. And I perceive that as a noise, and for my trading format, guys, it doesn't suit me. So let's set it to about 5 probably and leave it. And I trade and open positions with a 3-minute expiration time and just conduct analysis on the 1-minute time frame. So this is how our indicator looks. And guys, as you can see, the update frequency of fractals is still higher than that of the zigzag, but we discussed this in theory, right? So zigzag shows a more general structure, so to speak. It updates more important points, and with the help of fractals, we can just navigate inside the range and just build certain levels and micro pullbacks within some trend, meaning a more precise approach. And I'm gonna open trades regardless of these indicators, meaning I'll open separately, first focusing exclusively on zigzag, then on fractal, and I will use some basic technical analysis and probably open a couple of trades. So let's begin. And as soon as I find a suitable entry point, I will probably come back to you. Let's probably focus on this asset. This is the euro and the Canadian dollar, and let's open a buy trade. I missed it slightly. I wouldn't open the trade right at the formation of the new candle, meaning it should have been opened exactly at the zigzag update. And I hope this won't affect anything, although it might, of course. And here ZigZag helps us highlight the support area that is forming. Here it is, the green rectangle, and there are several touch points starting from here. So fractal also shows this again. And then price was just trading within this range, bounce from the very edge, went upward, then again we have a bounce that zigzag shows, and then trading continues higher in another price corridor, and again here we have a touch, and zigzag also updates these lows, the first date and the second one. So we see that price always confidently reacts to this level, and the only thing we can do here is to trade from this level. And we don't have other reference points here and no additional supporting indicators. All right. And maybe I should even open an additional trade here where strong volatility has appeared and price went slightly below the opening level, but now we have a proper touch of this level. Yeah, before that you see there was no full touch. Now we observe it, Overall, this is a good, but the dynamics of the current candle, I don't really like it. It shows a very large shadow, yep, thereby creating problems for us because theoretically price can still trade with this shadow, but we will see. So there is no other reference point here, guys. So we don't have additional indicators like RSI or maybe some channel indicators to select a more precise entry point. But even with basic technical analysis skills, guys, even if you're not looking for patterns or reversal formations and so on, just the correct global understanding of trend movement analysis is enough. And as you can see, guys, this is our result for now. The last seconds remain, and yeah, the position just closed in profit. So here we relied exclusively on ZigZag, and overall it's not that complicated. Thanks to it, we were able to determine the support area and slightly understand the structure of this chart. So everything happened as expected. So the trade is closed in profit. So excellent. Well, let's return to the initial amount of $100. Yep, let's remove ZigZag. And guys, by the way, I've been using ZigZag with default settings almost my entire life, or my entire trading life. For 3-minute expiration trades, it suits me perfectly. I don't know. So let's now leave only Fractal and focus exclusively on it. Let's see what trade I can find using it. And it will be interesting whether this will be a trend-based entry or maybe again we will trade for some area from some level. So let me continue and we'll meet it when I find a good entry point. Well guys, don't forget to join my Telegram group and also don't miss the chance to get deeper knowledge in trading and learn together with others. And you know just that I regularly share articles on various trading topics, updates from the trading world, and a bit of my lifestyle too, so I'm sure that you won't get bored there. And you know, if you want to become a part of my team, I get an exclusive Traders Club where every trader receives personal trading advice and 24/7 support. So plus, there is daily trading sessions with me and my team. So what should you do? To apply, just send me a private message with Rachel Club Plus and either I or my manager will get back to you. So guys, now let's get back to trading. And let's focus on this asset and open a sell trade. So this is the Canadian dollar and the Japanese yen. Guys, I'm not sure how correct this entry point is because unfortunately, there are no supporting elements, but we will just rely on what we have. Well, let's just highlight the resistance area here. And now, since earlier price had an upward trend, yep, just meaning movement upward. So here we again had a sideways movement like the flat. Yep, price didn't really show any direction, and just after a certain number of trades we just see potential trend reversals. The dynamics are moving downward, so let's draw maybe. Yep, I think there is a good touch point here as well. Yeah, I see a touch point here, a good point here. And now let me just demonstrate in detail what else I was relying on. So let's highlight the working area. And once again, so after the flat, we see a potential trend reversal, and after this global high, the trend shows a more confident reversal. So here we see the first bounce, the first touch, and the current point on the trend line worked out, and further movement dynamics follow downward. And here is our fractal that was updated at the moment of entering the trade. And guys, by the way, if we had been more attentive, here we also had an attempt to form a new fractal. And from this level, we had a breakout, meaning a breakout of the previous fractal. And in theory, this is a small signal that, there is a potential for further downward movement. So this is exactly what we just talked about in theory, that breaking the previous fractal can lead to further defined movement. So here we have a potentially downward trend and breakout of the previous local low and further downward dynamics. So we are watching the result, and this actually a very tense moment. So good thing I just minimized the working area in time and the last seconds, guys. And the trick loss and profit, guys. So nevertheless, just imagine, purely based on the fractal, we opened the position and overall closed it well in profit. So guys, I also believe that the asset was chosen absolutely correctly here. So by the trend line, everything aligned well. So look, in total, we have 3 touch points here, which, by the way, all just worked out, which is very important. And the full confirmation for just of our sell entry was now the previous fractal, this local low here, and was working, and we just opened a sell trade. So I think we haven't had such information before, as far as I remember, but that's not the point. Overall, these are the 2 trades we got. And guys, I believe that they're quite good positions. So there are some zeros here. I just was streaming on TikTok, doing a live session. The trades just froze a bit there. So nevertheless, we returned to good amounts. And opening were still at $200. So, and in the end, I was in profit. So good. Another profitable day. So this is how you can use the fractal and zigzag, guys. Just combine them with all the indicators, connect technical analysis as well. So I hope I was able to convey everything well in practice, guys, and we just reinforce the theory. Yep, everything was clear. So, and if there are still any questions, you can write in the comment, guys, under this video, or you can find the link to my Telegram in the description under this video. So write me in the direct messages, right? Ask me personally, and maybe our my manager will definitely answer and help you out with everything. So yeah, and in short, if there are any questions regarding trading strategy, trading, and so on, yep. So that's how it works live. We didn't guess. We first read the structure, then waited for the point and confirmation, and that's why the trade worked out successfully. And guys, thanks everyone for watching this video. And if you want to trade in similar sessions inside a private community with me and my team, you know where to find me. So all the necessary contact links you will find in the description under this video. So just message me. So simple that. So see you guys. Bye.